welcome to a special episode of Versus. You will only be getting myself and Cam for this special episode.
Hi, friends. How are you? Still haven't gotten rid of me yet. You're welcome.
All right, so this episode, I have conducted almost 200 votes, and we will be discussing the top 25 Black shows of the 90s. All right. So first things first, I wanted to thank everybody who voted. But I will actually ask Cam to give her votes, what show that she voted for at the end of the show, and I'm going to do the same because we both voted as well. So this is not our picks. I want everybody to know that this is not ours. We actually got people to vote, over 200 people to vote, and this is the list. Now these people are Black, white, male, female, old, young. So for this is a big genre. So it's not just one type of people. All right. With that being said, Cam, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So we're going to start with our honorable mentions first, and the honorable mentions there's two, and that's the Hughleys and Malcolm and Eddie. Cam, you got anything to say about that?
I never even heard of Malcolm and Eddie before seeing the list. Now, keep in mind, again, I was a PBS kid. Okay, a lot of this stuff, even though it was 90s, I saw later in life because of my upbringing. That's a whole different episode of conversation. Mm-hmm. The Hughleys, to be honest, I thought that would have fell into the 2000s category. I didn't realize it started in the 90s, but it was a show that I definitely watched. And I always thought D.L. Hughley was really funny on that show. So there's that.
With that being said, let's go to number 25. Number 25 is Rock. It aired from August 25th, 1991 to May 10th, 94. It had 3 seasons. Cam?
Never seen it.
So I won't try to be redundant, but most of all of these shows have fire opening theme songs. Like literally fire opening theme songs. That's one thing you say about black 90s TV shows. They fire opening theme song. And this is one of them. Rock theme song for me was great. Rock was now only have 3 seasons, but Rock was actually a pretty good show. I was surprised that I didn't think about Rock, but I was surprised he was on this list. He was a trash truck driver in Baltimore, and he took care of his family. Like he fought for his family. He demanded respect. However, the star of the show, I forgot his name. It wasn't his best role, because if anybody watched a Low Down Dirty Shame, I mean that was his best role to me personally. All right, let's go to number 24. Number 24 is surprising to me, and surprise got so many votes. Number 24 is Gullah Island.
You're surprised?
I'm surprised the Gullah Island got that many votes.
So I didn't watch Gullah Island when it first came out. Mm-hmm. It was not on my PBS list of approved things from my mother. Gullah Island, I went back and watched or tried to find later in life because of my best friend. But I came to find out very soon Gullah Island was like a staple. It was like, I don't want to say like Black Barney level, but it was like, it definitely made me like more like Black Sesame Street. I should say not Black Barney, but it was something it's rare for me to run across someone in my like shade range that like said that they didn't watch Gullah Island. So
I'm not saying that people didn't watch Gullah Island. I'm just saying that like Gullah Island was it was late 90s, so I got this written up. So Gullah Island premiered in 10/24/94, and last episode was January 9th, 98. It had 4 seasons. And you're right. Gullah Island was like, it was a PBS show, well, a PBS kind of show for for black. Here's the thing about Gullah. Again, I'm going to sound redundant, but again, another fire opening theme song. That opening theme song was amazing.
Group that it was supposed to be for. Out of all of those like childish shows, Gullah Island's theme song is definitely the best, like hands down.
Forget for the age group. I still sing that song now. Like it's an earworm to me. So come and let's play together. That's that shit. I love that fucking song. That song was amazing, and the show was fire. Now here's another show that is not on his list, and now I think about it because of Gullah Island. I don't know if you would call it a black sitcom or black comedy TV show. However, Reading Rainbow. So LeVar Burton, he was black. He produced, he paid for the show. It was PBS. I don't know what you would call it.
I don't necessarily consider it like a sitcom. That's the only reason.
Well, wait, here's the thing. So some of these future shows on this list are technically not sitcoms.
Valid.
Technically not sitcoms. So I'm not mad that Reading Rainbow is not on this list. I'm just saying Reading Rainbow, which is another fire theme song.
Yo, as a PBS child, I will tell you right now, if Reading Rainbow is allowed on this list and fits all the categories, that definitely has to be my honorable mention. Reading Rainbow is the reason. Reading Rainbow and a show that doesn't qualify, which is Wishbone, is the reason I love reading so much, even to this day. Like those two shows cemented that in my childhood.
So we're talking about PBS shows, and I mean, listen, I was a big PBS kid. I'm like you. We didn't grow up. We grew up poor, so that's all we had was basic TV, not basic cable, basic TV. 5 channels. So I
understand.
So PBS was one of those shows, and then I've been with PBS because some undercover shows, which are not black shows, but undercover shows, Big Comfy Couch, Zabumafu.
What? Zabumafu was so good, and on top of it, I'm Haitian and he loves mangoes like I do. I was like, yes, Zabumafu. Tell him.
And then I've got the one with Teletubbies. I've talked about that one.
Oh my god! I never wanted to eat. I'm so glad I grew up and like got some, because it let me have found some peak slime when I was a child. I would have ate that because it was on the show and they made it look like it was actually edible, which I know now as an adult that it is not.
It is not. You can ask McDonald's. Okay.
I knew you was gonna say it.
All right.
Leave Ronald McDonald alone.
All right. Next, number 23. Amen. Amen. First aired 9/27/86. Last aired 5/11/91. Had 5 seasons. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so this one, originally when I read it, I was like, oh, I've never seen this. And then I pulled up the information for the show, and I was like, I think I actually have seen an episode or 2 of it, but it wasn't something I saw regularly enough to like have fallen in love with it or even remembered it. If I remember, it's like a pastor or something like that.
Sure,
but it's like, but it's in my mind, from what I remember, it's like the most unpastorly pastor of all time, and that may have been why I didn't continue to watch it, because I was super religious when I was younger, and I grew up in that kind of household. So I think that may be why, but yeah.
So the pastor was Sherman Hemsley, rest his soul.
And I loved him. He was just rude enough. Like he was just the perfect amount of rude.
So yeah, so Amen. Sherman Hemsley was the pastor. And this number one. I mean, we all know from the Jeffersons, and the Jeffersons was actually his best show. But Amen was not a bad show. This was for lack of better words, a religiously show we had to watch because of it is based out of Philadelphia. And we watched it a lot. My mom. Okay, so. My mom loved this show so much that we had to watch it too. And being young, we didn't. It's like,
Yeah.
Okay. However, the theme song is not that. The theme song is okay. The theme song was okay, but the theme, like the opening scene, was amazing. He get out of his car, he keep people daps, he started playing double dutch and shit. Like, he was killing it. So I
The
think,
hood hero.
yeah, he was it was all in front of church too. This is this is a really underrated show. I mean, if you get a chance to watch some episodes, it's actually pretty good. Most of all these shows give you like lifelong lessons, and this definitely, Amen, definitely one of the shows that give you lessons. All right. Number 22 is a show that only had one season. It's My Brother and Me. My Brother and Me first aired 10/15/94, last aired 1/15/95. So it didn't even get a whole year. However, it is a cult classic. Like it's like people actually voted for that a lot. I actually don't remember my brother and me that much. My older brother lives and died. My older foster brother lives and died by this show. He like milks himself off this show. He loves this show. Like the show is amazing to him. I actually don't remember this show at all.
Yeah, it was another one that I had to look up. I kept two lists of the ones that I definitely knew I didn't need to like even look at because I knew them like front to back, and then shows that was either like it's been a while or shows that straight up like didn't know. Those two I had to look up. This was definitely on the I didn't know list. I'm pretty sure I've heard of it, like in conversations like this when we would talk with friends about shows that you love, but I know that it's one I've never seen. And from when it aired, it makes complete sense because it stopped airing by the time I was 5 years old.
Number 21, The Sinbad Show. Aired 9/16/93 to 4/21/94. It had one season. One of our co-hosts on Versus, Evan, loves Sinbad. He loves Sinbad. Me personally, I'm not a big Sinbad fan. I will say that I'm not a big Sinbad fan. I am not. I was said it before. I will say it again. I am not a big fan of comedians that don't curse. If you don't curse, you can't curse in your comedy. It just
you're
dry.
such a heathen.
I never said I wasn't. I never said I wasn't. But if you don't curse in your comedy, it's just super fucking dry to me. I don't know. It is me personally. All right, go ahead.
As a PBS child, I am disappointed in you. I personally, I like the Sinbad show. When it was on, I definitely watched it. I remember watching the Sinbad show. And on top of it, I do want to give Sinbad credit because this is not the only show on the list that he's even in. So I feel like the man deserves a little bit of respect, cursing or not. Okay. That's bad.
All right. Anywho,